Right, and we are back. Welcome back, everybody, to the EagleBite 83 channel where the past never dies. I'm, of course, your host, EagleBite. Tonight, we are continuing in our roleplay review of Blood Ties, which details our adventures on the Survivalists RP server. Tonight, we are going to be watching episode 24, which is Blood Ties episode 24, Homecoming. This is when me and Maddie or Rory in the game, we go to investigate that bridge, I think it was, that we heard about the collectors staking out or basing themselves on. Yeah, so let's try to get this to work again. I haven't done a roleplay review in a long time, so let's see if we can do this. Screen capture should be all that I need, right? If I remember correctly, I think. Yeah, this should be it. Correct? I think so. Yeah. No, wait. I should not be using this. No, I should be using the, hang on. Yeah, exactly. We should be using the raw file, not watch it on YouTube. Because YouTube compression kind of destroys video quality. I've noticed that, and it's actually kind of a underhanded tactic for YouTube to say that, hey, if you pay for premium, we'll give you better bandwidth. You'll have like better, you'll be your viewers will be able to see you in better resolution. It's like, okay. But anyway, yeah, let's go to, let's see, archive. And let's bring out the raw file. A series. Blood Ties. Probably still the series that I'm most proud of. And let's see, episode 24 is there. Okay. Okay, hang on. Alright, here we go then. Everybody good? Everybody ready? Because we are going into it. Here we go. Ooh, excuse me. No, we don't need the Twitch music still in the background. Shut up. There we go. There we go. Okay. No. It should not be... Oh, I get it. Okay, sorry about that. Hang on. There we go. Now. Okay. Let's do it. Here we go. Episode 24. No. Oh, you didn't hear me there. I'm sorry. Basically, I just said, oh, I know what's going on. It's because I'm using hotkeys for transitioning on the mouse, which are also used for speeding up and slowing down the video in VLC. All right, here we go. Episode 24. Honestly, I would actually want to have something else to drink here. Blood ties. Robin Burley.
A week had gone by since we'd met Harold again, and the days settled into a quiet rut of routine survival. Our long-term plans had been put on hold, since no one had seen either Skylar or Arthur for some time, and all leads as to Warlock's whereabouts had gone cold. There had been no word from Corneli either, and I had fairly soon regretted putting him into harm's way. For all I knew, Warlock had found out and made short work of him.
Yeah, that was actually... I worked it in because we would never see Corneli again. So I was like, yeah, let's just say that it's possible that Warlock actually dealt with him.
In order to scatter my dark thoughts, I decided to go fishing and clear my mind.
Hello.
I was just gonna go for some fishing. Wanna come?
Well, before we get into that, why don't you come take a gander at my house?
Oh. Have you been building?
Nope, I got a fucking bulletin board of sorts.
Okay.
And that kind of gave me the idea for the bulletin board. Episode 24. Homecoming.
Holy shit. What's going on? Oh my god. You have a lot of notes here now.
Yeah, I really needed to get on with building the bulletin board. Poor Rory's house was starting to look like a physical inbox for junk mail.
Oh. Got a note from Corey. I broke Corey here. Catch up soon. Looks like something's going down. Oh. So the collector's really been like at it, apparently. Tax of giving me a foot rub is owed. Time to pay up. Don't threaten me with a good time. Tax rub. Yeah, okay.
I just love, like, Rory's response here. When the collectors put a threatening note on his house saying that taxes are owed, pay up. And then Rory just says, you can suck a buttermilk enema from my ass, you punk-ass wannabes. Come on back and we'll have some fun.
New Duskar agrees. Oh, really?
Rory's not-so-veiled threat had seemingly been supported by New Duskar. Or maybe it was just Sergei. In any case, we decided to head on over to the boathouse and get busy fishing.
You know what, brother? I reckon this is the best thing we've done so far.
Yeah, nice and peaceful. No gunshots ringing off in the distance, no mutants trying to eat us.
Nah, just you, the water, and the rod.
Nope, I caught myself a mackerel.
Mackerel, yeah, there's only mackerel in these waters. It's freaking Maine, you know, it's the ocean.
It felt like the good old days again, back when things had been normal and me and my family had taken these small trips to the local fishing village back on Starter. Sometimes it had been me and Rory, sometimes me and Roy, sometimes Rory and Rowan. It had been different every time, but one thing had always been constant. Dad had always been there. Reminiscing like this did to some degree make me sad, but it also filled me with harmony, as I thanked God or the universe or fate or whatever determined the outcomes of our lives, that I had in fact been alive and shared in those moments with my family. I felt so thankful and full of bliss that I didn't even pay attention to what Rory was talking about until he mentioned that he had come across a bear on a solo trip he had made these past couple of days.
Whoops.
All of a sudden, I hear crashing through the branches behind me, and I hear, you know,
Was it a mutant?
and I turn around. No, it was a fucking bear.
Oh.
So I shat myself. I had wasted all my ammunition fighting off the hordes of zombies and wolves. So turning around and seeing a bear crashing through me in the middle of the forest, I turned around and I started sprinting. You know, I wasn't picking my way through the forest anymore, or down the hills. I fucking bolted and I lost control of my descent and I flew down the mountainside.
Holy
I fucked up
shit.
my legs. See, underneath these underneath these pants, I still got a splint on.
Oh.
This is a pretty rough descent. I ended up crawling back a good distance, and I had to hug the shoreline because you remember that one time we saw the zombies wouldn't come out in the water.
Yeah.
Well, night had fallen, so I was hugging the shore because the zombies were fucking gathering and waiting for me to come on land. And it was the middle of the night. I barely survived because of hypothermia and my injuries.
Yeah.
I didn't have a way of making a fucking splint at the time. And I managed to punch out one of the zombies and found a fucking rag on it. And I managed to, I searched through branches once I got away from the other zombies and eventually did make a splint and made my way back home. I come out of my house again and there's a war party coming out of Duskar. A whole ton of people.
What?
And I had the radio on. I turned the radio on to their frequency and
Hey, Zinderke! Welcome back. Picking daisies, baby.
I could hear him blabbering, talking like, "Oh yeah, there's a guy up in the road." And I was like,
How are
"Yeah,
you?
it's just me. I'm Rory Burley. I live in this house." And they didn't really pause. They kept moving.
Okay.
And I followed them at a distance, and listened to their conversation over the radio. They were going to they were going to Cushville. They were going to Cushville to deal with Jose.
Oh, so there's really is a war going on there now.
Well, there was. It's over.
Oh, really? Who won?
That's good. Good. Can't complain. That's always a good situation,
Yeah. No, let me tell you about this. Apparently, Lamplight and some other people joined along the way. They had people, like, I could hear, like, their squad leads, like, jibber-jabbering, and, like, coordinating. They were, cordoning off the roads and squatting into houses. They took up positions around Cushville. There was a fuckload of these people.
How many
And
would you say?
all of a sudden I hear, well, there was, like, 8 maybe that passed me on the road, and I know that more met them because they were coming out of the borough. I dared not follow them too closely because they thought, they most of them they didn't know me, so I think they thought I was a spy because I overheard them saying, "Oh yeah, there was a random suspicious guy like following us on the highway with a fucking eye patch and white armband." I got over the radio. I'm like, "No, my name's Rory Burley. I'm a friend to Duskar. That was me at my house. You guys just walked past." And they're like, "Oh yeah, so sorry, man. We had a lot of conjecture. We didn't really know." And, I kind of wanted to salvage that situation a little bit. But skipping more to the point, in the middle of their, coordinating, I hear, "Get down on the ground! Get down on the ground! Get down on the ground!"
He's so
over the
dramatic.
fire. You got so many seconds you can fly. And I hear this guy, I hear guys screaming, and I hear everyone like, doing these threatening screams and shit. And then I hear, "We got him! We got him!" They got Jose.
It was fascinating how these things could build up, and unfortunate how mistakes could go on to create enemies. As I understood it, Jose had once been a member of New Duskar, and in the defense of New Duskar itself from the mutants, he had made a terrible mistake which had cost lives. As payment for the mistake, he had been kicked out of New Duskar. In addition, he was to make reparations to New Duskar for the lives lost.
To anybody who wonders, this is not Jose. This is my brother Rory in the role play. We're talking about Jose, who's a third person.
Paying a fine to the loved ones left behind. It seemed that, as he had come back to do just that, Jose and at least one other had taken the opportunity to instead attack Arthur in revenge. The attack had failed, Arthur had survived, and now New Duskar had retaliated, effectively leveling Cushville to the ground. Well, I say good riddance. That place had nothing but bad memories and bad vibes.
Okay.
Well, to wrap this up, I could hear Arthur talking to Jose, and he forced him on the radio to give a public apology at gunpoint telling him to, repeat after Arthur that he apologizes for his crimes against the people of Duscar.
Oh, Jesus.
And then they cut out his eye.
They did?
They cut out his eyeball. And apparently that's not where it ended, because after I woke up, that was about the time I slipped and fell, but when I woke up, I hear people talking, and they killed, I don't know what happened, one thing must have led to another, but they killed him. They killed Jose.
Are you saying Jose is no longer among us?
Okay. Oh, that's what they were saying.
Huh. Alright, I guess they got their man.
It made sense, I suppose. We were now living in less than civilized times, and it was a return to the old ways, where summary executions were tried and tested to keep the population in line. Regardless if one supported the notion or not, Jose had been trying to murder Arthur after all, and some things cannot be allowed to stand, especially in a post-apocalypse where you need to be able to trust your fellow survivor.
Yeah, but I was thinking,
Yeah.
you want to go check something out down south, at some point. You can swing by Cushville, see if there's any bones to pick.
That is actually a good idea. I was already thinking about going down to check on that bridge that we heard about. Like, there's a bridge, a newly constructed bridge. Some group must have constructed that.
Yeah, go figure. It is actually a bridge that has suddenly popped up after John McClane updated Deer Isle to whatever version it was back then.
It goes between, like, the west part of Starter and the main island.
Once again, we packed our gear and headed out, venturing west onto the main island for another journey. We quickly raided the small arms depot just beyond the peninsula before turning south along the main highway. However, as we approached the outskirts of Sunset Cross, we saw a plume of smoke rising from the central gas station, and soon enough, we could see people crowding around it.
Now he's turning away. Now he's looking. I heard over the radio that Sav was wearing a ghillie suit. I wonder if that's him.
Check on the radio. See if we can reach him. There's another one.
We didn't know who these guys were, but we had just enough time to deduce that we might want to avoid people who were blowing up existing infrastructure before we heard yet another explosion.
Oh,
They blew something up.
We didn't know who they were. I mean, yeah, we did not know. But back then, there was kind of only one group that went around blowing up gas stations for fun. But we should have realized who it was, but yeah. We were kind of nervous here.
What are they blowing up? There's 3 of them.
I decided to see if I could get a hold of New Duscar just in case.
Call a New Duscar. Call a New Duscar. New Duscar. Anybody home? Come back.
No dice. No one was picking up. We decided to reveal ourselves and approach them. If these were troublemakers, we'd do best to get as much first-hand intel on them as we could.
A lot of
Yeah,
smoke.
they're looking. Wait, did they blow up the gas station?
I'm a little bit annoyed that Rory isn't like holding his guns in his hands as well. Like I'm the only one who's like who has my gun out.
Oh, I think it might have been, yeah, they shot the fucking...
I mean, we don't know who these guys are yet, so
Yeah,
gas
they
tank.
destroyed it completely.
Let's pick up the pistol, but maybe.
Yeah, okay.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
Yo.
Hello.
Hello.
Howdy.
But of course it would be the Arbiters. why do I even bother asking the question these days? If you hear a gas station go boom, it's a pretty sure bet that it would be the Arbiters.
Yep.
Only their members of questionable stability would have high-tier firepower and spend it on frivolous things like blowing up gas stations to alleviate boredom.
How you folks
Um, I'm Jumanji.
doing? Hello, Jumanji.
No,
Pleasure to meet such handsome boys.
he's actually in...
Handsome man indeed.
You arbiters?
Hey, they're burly guys. They're burly guys.
Alright, never mind.
The handsome burly guys.
Handsome. Look
Oh,
at him. Look
okay.
beautiful.
You the Burley Brothers?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we've met before. I don't think either of you are the one that I know properly though. It's Dobby.
Wait a minute. Are you Dobby?
Yeah, man.
That's dummy.
Hey! What was your name? Sanctuary boy.
Oh, I'm a Dobby.
Dobby. Oh, okay.
Imagine going from Sanctuary to the Arbiters. Okay, most people probably don't know this. Even people playing on Survivalist today, because this was like, I don't know, 3 years ago. But Sanctuary was like this very kind of civilized settlement where people freely could come and join their settlement and all that. They even have like the peace symbol on their armband there, the yellow armband. And then Arbiters are just, they were like a big, I guess, threat because they robbed people. They were bandits, but they were also kind of the closest thing I can describe them as, if you compare it to Daisy Underground, I would say they were on the same kind of level as the Carnival, because the Carnival was also like kind of, you never really knew where you had them, if you were going to get robbed, or if they were going to help you, or if they were just going to tease you, or like play a game with you or whatever. The Arbiters were that kind of free spirit group. So, and their motto was like, we maintain balance. Whenever the lands become too peaceful, we throw a monkey wrench in the machinery. Like they start robbing and become, like really bad guys. And then whenever there's too much strife, conflict, and cruelty in the world, they would become sort of like the Robin Hoods to like bring balance back. So, yeah.
Cool.
The name is Richard Dobbin, but since I was a kid, everyone's called me Dobby.
Okay.
Even my mum did.
I gotcha.
That's a great nickname.
So I guess you could say they were like, very gray. Mostly, I think I even say it at one point in one episode, like they were sometimes good but mostly bad, or something like that. I don't remember, but yeah.
I hate it.
Long time no see. Jesus.
How's it going? I heard you were getting some hassle down at your place.
Yeah, somebody like a group called Collectors or something, I don't know.
Oh, it's just a little threat. They never came back on it.
But apparently
Sure.
they've been like, enforcing their tribute taking on other settlements as well.
So yeah, a guy we know said that they had done the same with him and some other people apparently.
Yeah. We've never seen
not
them
quite
though,
sure who
but
that
we've
is.
seen the notes.
Look at what fucking Michael is carrying. A fucking PKM. Very few people had PKMs on the server. I think the Red Militia had them, and maybe the Riders. So now Michael is like running around showing off the PKM. It's a light machine
It
gun.
would be Cushville if anybody, or I don't know. I don't even know of a group called the Collectors.
It's so funny too. He's got a silencer on the PKM. I don't even know if that does anything,
There used to be an old group in Oceanville called the Collector's Caravan, I believe. And this was ages ago, though.
Was this before New Haven had it?
Oh yeah, that's way before New. This back when the Keepers ran the bridge.
Oh fuck me.
That was before our time, I
Yes,
think.
it's way back.
Yeah, that's well before our time.
So, not to spoil anything here. I mean, it's not really spoiling. It's just that I'll harp on this as well in the monologuing that right here, running into a group of arbiters was like one of the most scary things you could do on survivalists back then, because, like I said, you never knew with them if they were gonna like rob you, be nice to you, or just shoot you. You know, it's that's right. There's actually a rules of initiation there, but still, you know what I mean. So right here, we are actually kind of nervous. We're watching their every moves. We're like, and we're also, you're gonna see it. We're watching our tongues as well, or we're biting our tongues because they ask us at one point about Harold, I think, and we're gonna be not no, we haven't seen him. Right then and there, that's like something that we felt like shit. Yeah, that is a trap. All right, never mind.
I'm 63 years old, and I will be your grandpa.
Alright. You must have some stories.
Is that a threat?
It's
Or a promise?
it's a tasty promise.
Jesus.
He said, "I'm 63 years old, and I will be your grandpa." Like, who even says that? What does it mean?
You are such a fucking freak, you know that?
Ah, that's the Arbiters for you. Are they joking, or are they really making half-veiled insinuations? You never knew. This time, the Arbiters had seemed cordial, possibly because we had the luck of running into people we knew from before. But like I always say, you never know with the Arbiters, and there was something about running into a group of them which made me very nervous.
Yep.
Even though Harold had more or less said that if you're cool with the Arbiters, even when they indulge their darker natures, they will usually consider you okay in the future. However, at this moment, with them blowing up gas stations out of sheer boredom, I still couldn't really find solace in that statement.
So what are you guys doing? Blowing up gas stations and
And then Michael starts like, you know, to move on the other side of us. It's the thing of being surrounded by them that is just like that. Really, like, that's a red flag for me. So I'm like, why is he moving behind us?
Blowing up gas stations.
this town, it's like yours?
No.
Well,
Sure, why
everywhere
not?
is, but
I love that. That three-way answer. This town, it's like yours? No. Sure, I guess. And then, well, everywhere is.
Everywhere. Was there some bandit group operating out of Sunset, or was that Sandy? Fuck, I don't remember.
Sandy's.
Yeah,
Sandy.
Sandy.
Sandy? Oh, okay.
I think they got tired of us robbing them.
Interesting. So this could mean that the disciples pretty much came and went. Seemed like those wannabe pathfinders might have picked the wrong territory to extort. Moving in on Arbiter turf, which essentially was everything north of Sunset, would not have been looked upon kindly by the arbitration. Well, one less element of chaos, I suppose. Better to deal with the devil you know.
I want to catch up a little with you. Well, what's happened with you? Like, how did you, like, end up with the Arbiter?
It's a long ass story, man.
And he never actually told me that one. We're gonna move on here to other things. I was always curious about how Dobby ended up with the Arbiters. I never got an answer to that.
The last time I saw you, you were with, Skip, I think.
That was a long time ago. That was just when he became a fucking arbiter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's
Skip.
I thought.
Skip.
Bless him.
Skip.
Yeah, Skip, if you remember, were a former member of the Arbiters that had sort of made the mistake of selling intel about the Arbiters to the shipwrecked, who were, I think they were in conflict with the Arbiters, although they were like a merchant faction, so I don't know exactly how that came about or what purpose that would serve. But yeah, so I think at this point, Skip was either he'd stopped playing or he was like perma killed.
Yeah, Alex
Bless
Jones
him,
told us,
huh?
or Alex, not Alex Jones, Alex Woods told us, he really liked that guy's head.
Yeah, and
Something
it's
like that.
weird because they were like buddy way back.
I think they were dating at one point.
Kind of.
Really? Okay.
Probably.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what the rumor goes. Anyway, yeah, it's a true story.
yeah.
100%.
Skip used to hold Alex's pocket. Like a...
Now, Dobby. Let's not be the pot calling the kettle black.
He's got me to hug him now. I'll be his cuddle buddy.
Yeah, that is Skip. That is Skip Tracer with Dobby, and he said, quote, I'll be his little cuddle bunny. And now he's like mocking Skip for like, oh, he and Alex, what was his name? Alex something. Well, you get what I mean.
All kidding aside, Dobby did seem different from back in the day, a little bit more paranoid. He kept looking around, and at one point it was as if he'd heard something, and he suddenly told all of us to simply
Shut up.
So he'd tell us to get down. Shut up.
Get down! Shut up!
I had to do that.
Are we being quiet?
Why are we being quiet?
Hey, why are we whispering?
Where the fuck did nobody go?
Wait, okay, back up. Is that Mr. Nobody?
Is Mr. Nobody.
No.
Okay.
No, it's not Mr. Nobody. We just call him Nobody because no one can remember his goddamn name.
Ah, okay. He's
Mr. Nobody's not around.
Nah, he's dead. Yeah, Alex told me that.
Hey, how did you lose your eye again? I know you said it once, but it was a long time ago.
Cannibals. They cut my eye out.
Wait,
Awesome.
have you two met?
Yeah, I was completely in the dark here. Right now, the only one I remembered was Dobby with the antlers and the red poncho there. But I actually know both the black dressed guy, who is Michael, and this woman in the diving helmet, as you'll see. But I did not even pick that. I did not pick up on that at all.
Oh yeah, I ran into her. Fuck, what's that town? Was it near Eastbrook? I think.
Oh, wait, are you May?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. He knows we're waiting for.
Hey! Wow, this is a freaking reunion here. We got Dobby, we got May. Jeez, and everybody ended up with the Arbiters.
Yeah, look at
Don't
that.
forget about me, Yoshi.
Well, we
Okay,
didn't.
well, I haven't met you before,
Don't
but
forget about Yoshi.
my pleasure.
Don't forget about him.
This is the first
Don't leave him
meeting.
out.
Hello, Yoshi.
Yeah, same.
This is boring. I'm
He's
going to bed.
tired.
Okay.
So right now they're waiting for more arbiters because they're gonna do something shady. We didn't know that here, but I kind of got the feeling that they were stalling us. So at one point, I remember thinking I was suspecting that they might be stalling us to bring others up so that we would maybe they'd take us to purgatory, which was their base, or do something else with us. You got to understand, there were so many rumors flying around about the arbiters that I had no idea what to expect.
What was his name again?
Guy down the road over.
Michael.
Mike. Okay.
And then it hits me.
Wait a minute, Michael. Oh my God! Like, this is the spot to meet everybody. Like, okay.
Wait, you know
What?
I mean, yeah. He knocked out Corey at Bastion. Don't you remember?
Oh, that sounds like Michael. That
Yeah.
sounds exactly like
Oh.
Michael.
Oh,
That's
you knocked
Michael.
out Corey at Bastion?
Yeah, I did, and I still got the same fucking bat. I did it.
Oh god, he does have the same.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one.
As he pulled out the Corey Smasher, I could see that it was indeed still caked in Corey's blood. No doubt a pleasant little throwback for Michael. A not so pleasant reminder for us, and for Corey, well, at least he wasn't here to relive those traumatizing memories.
I mean, I was part of New Haven for like a day, and I realized I really hated it there, you know.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Well, we heard
You
a
were
lot
gonna
of bad things
go there,
about
that's
Millie.
true. Yeah, what did you think about
Oh,
Millie?
Nobody says anything.
The silence.
Okay, yeah, that speaks for
I
itself.
don't think about Millie
The Arbiters and New Haven were like bitter enemies.
much, to be honest.
Okay.
Only when I
Only time I think about Millie is when we're robbing New Haven, but that's a different story.
are they even still around? Jesus,
Yeah,
fuck,
there you got your answer.
Who we waiting on?
Well, since you both know that we're from Bastion, have you seen Harold at all?
Yeah, here we go.
We
Not recently.
have we seen him?
Have you?
Rory asks me, like, have we seen him? If the other guys had picked up on that, that would be like an obvious, like, wait, are you trying to, like, get your story straight now? Because why would you say, have we seen him? That is like, okay, it could just be that you don't actually remember, but there is a chance that that actually could be just like, what do we say? What are we gonna say here? You know?
I think the last time I saw Harold was
I was kind of quick
Yeah.
there. This is one of the very few times where I picked up on the subtle, not threat, but the subtle implication of what it would mean if we divulged that we had actually talked to Harold. I usually don't pick up on stuff that quickly, but here I was actually quick. For once, I was like, no, I haven't seen him, you know?
There you got your answer.
Who we waiting on?
Well, since you both know that we're from Bastion, have you seen Harold at all?
we
Not recently.
have we seen him?
Have you?
I think the last time
I said not recently. That's just because that's ambiguous enough to mean, you know, not recently. And if they like call us out on it, maybe like, oh no, we did see you meet Harold like maybe a couple of days ago or something, whatever. I could still say, yeah, well, that's not recently. I mean, to be fair, when you RP in DayZ, and it probably is in like GTA and all, in all games when you RP, one single day contains so much, so many events, so much happens. If you are gone for a day, or a couple of, let's say a couple of days, you always have to like, you know, ask around to see what's been going on. And if you're gone like a couple of weeks, you're almost in another fucking world when you come back. So it's a time crunch.
saw Harold was was it at Bastion? That one time we met him?
Yeah.
He knocked out Corey?
Yeah, that's when I saw him.
We could have told them about the meeting at New Duskar, but honestly, knowing Michael's history with Harold, I wasn't sure if letting them know about Harold was a good idea. And though we remained unsure about the Arbiters and their motives, Harold was a friend. I was not about to hang him out to dry on a whim, and Rory seemed to have the same idea. For the moment, we decided to play clueless.
Why is every memory of Corey being knocked out?
He
Well,
said something about potatoes.
it's what he does best.
It was a one-shot KO. It was impressive as fuck is what it was.
He said, Michael said, he said something about potatoes. No, actually, he said about Michael. He said he called him Irish. That was it. He's basically like he's Irish, and then Michael just walks up and just pretty much one shots him. He didn't mean to kill him, but that bat, that's a modded bat, by the way. I think it's in the Much Stuff pack or something. Regardless, he just wham, and Corey was dead and had to run back to Bastion.
Yeah.
Contact on the road coming towards.
And then we see these guys down the road coming up from the other direction. It's like it's getting worse and worse. Like my nervousness is going up the longer we're staying here, you know. And the location we're at isn't like something that is naturally a comforting place either, because this is actually very exposed. We're in the open. We're not in cover in any way, and we are positioned on one of the main highways, like central. It's actually the central highway on the larger islands on Deer Isle, and we're also like positioned at a junction. So it's like I feel so vulnerable here.
Oh, look at that.
Okay, I can already tell by the glowing gloves. Good morning.
More arbiters.
More arbiters.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had no real reason to be nervous, but just the fact that arbiters were kind of surrounding us made me feel like I suddenly had somewhere else to be.
Hey guys, we're gonna head out, but it's good seeing you guys again.
Yeah.
See you guys.
Take care, and good to see you, May.
Yeah, for sure.
Who said that?
Alright. Let's move.
I just want to
Yeah,
leave.
Take care.
Alright, guys. Good to see you guys.
Take care,
We'll
man.
see you guys at your trader soon.
Yeah.
You guys are set up on. It's Yoshi, by the way. But
Yeah.
you guys are set up on the trader by Duskar on the way, right? With that flag by the road.
Yeah, that's us.
Yep. Sort of
Okay.
our home
kind of
office.
like
We'll come see you guys soon.
Yeah, we'll come see you guys soon. I smiled, but wasn't sure if that was implied to be a genuine friendly visit or something else.
What is this?
Take care.
What is this?
Rory and I made sure to put as much distance between us and Sunset as possible. True, it didn't really make sense. If the Arby's would have wanted to, they could have just robbed us on the spot or done any number of things. So the logic of our haste did escape me somewhat. But even so, there was something really unsettling about that black armband, which just made me want to be somewhere else. I had to admit, ever since they robbed me by the old cougar, I doubted that I would ever be able to trust an arbiter completely. But to a degree, I reprimanded myself for my biased opinion, because I had to be honest. They had done nothing wrong this night. Well, except blowing up Joe's gas and tow, but I had a feeling Joe wasn't an issue anymore.
Our name saved our ass.
I think so too, yeah.
For those of you who didn't hear, Rory basically said, our name saved our asses. Basically, our names were starting to get around on the server. The Burley brothers, the Burley family. We came from nowhere, and we'd started to build a reputation for being, you know, neutral parties. We weren't really aligned with anybody, but we were like genuinely friendly with everybody, even arbiters, because we really didn't have anything to put up against larger groups. We had no, well, we did, I guess we did have like plate carriers and assault rifles and all that, but they outmanned us. If they didn't outgun us, they outmanned us like 10-1. So yeah, we're basically only relying on our reputation at this point, as you can clearly tell.
I will say that I'm a little bit nervous that they're gonna come by our traders though, but you know, I think most like established settlements will have visits from the arbiters.
The things in their nature just makes them really unnerving.
Yeah, I agree. Jesus.
I've never seen so many of them in one place before.
I know. I don't mind telling you that they make me like so nervous. Like, you know, I can't like say anything.
They're unpredictable as fuck.
Yeah, seriously. Like, and it's so funny though that we actually met so many people that you and me have seen.
Why are so many fucking
I
people?
don't know.
Why are so many of them arbiters?
Like you said, why are so many people becoming like involved with the arbiters? We got, what was it? It was May. It was Dobby that I met, and it was Michael that you and me met. And
yeah, May was a solo. Michael was with Bastion, and Dobby was with Sanctuary. Everybody left their, or like everybody joined up with the Arbiters. At this point in time, the Arbiters had a real boom in recruitment. They were, I remember this, they were actually growing massively at this time.
like, you know, there's like, it was only like Yoshi that we didn't know from previously.
It's a good thing you caught that Herald question, dude. That was a trap.
Mm-hmm. I don't think they really, you know, called our bluff. I think they just want to know if we say that we've seen Harold, they would probably like be all like, okay, where is he? Do you know where he is? You know, like question us.
Do they want? Are they wanting them dead or something?
I think there are people after Harold. I know
now,
the
Michael,
mutants
yeah,
want them.
Michael, I think has reasons.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Didn't Harold say that was like not a good party? You know, he had to kick him out, put him kill him or something.
Yeah, I did find like a note where they talked. Somebody posted a note, probably Harold, about how Michael was now. He had like, I think he eaten like human flesh, or he had robbed somebody. He had done something at least that wasn't Bastion-y.
Yeah, FYI, Bastion-y is now an official word.
Yeah, I just wanted to make it up. Bastion-y. Bastion-y adjective, to be honorable and not murdering or robbing, or to be Harold. If you can, always be Harold. Just a little fun thing I said here.
Anyway, since night had fallen, we decided to squat overnight in an abandoned building by the shore.
Let's hunker down in this building.
Man, people knowing who we are. I like that vibe, man. The arbiters that were they had every ability just to completely fuck our day right there.
Yeah. I think we've ended up in their good graces though, not only talking to and spending a day with Alex Woods like back in the day, but also I think because we know a lot of them personally, and we actually had the good fortune of coming across those people like May, Michael, and Dobby. That was good. That made it so that
a lot of luck.
Got off the
our friendly neutrality is really, you know, starting to put us in good places.
Yeah. Oh, why did that happen? Yeah, exactly. So I am beginning to think that we might actually even get some traction for the business. Like maybe even arbiters are gonna want us to do stuff for them.
Now, I don't know where he got the idea that we're having a shop, but I suppose that wouldn't be too far out of our reach if we wanted to start something on the side.
So maybe they got it twisted along the way, like maybe somebody said something about our business and it traveled to them and got twisted into a shop. Like,
yeah, because our business idea was that we were going to be a courier service, so we were going to have people hire us to do courier runs if they wanted something transported somewhere. Because you got to remember, on this server, there are no cars. Vehicles are disabled. So basically, you have to run everywhere. And if you're carrying stuff, like for instance, those great big sheet metal things, you can't put them in your backpack. The only way you can actually transport them on this server is to carry them by hand. And if you've ever done that before, you know that when you carry big sheet metal in your hand, you're not running, you're walking fairly slowly. So we figured that, you know what, this could actually be a good business idea, that somebody would probably be willing to pay us to do that tedious stuff, carrying like big things that take forever to transport. Um, so that was pretty much our business venture. Now the arbiters, for some reason, believed that we were opening like a store, a general store or something. Like there were a million people who were doing that same thing on that map. So they got it wrong, but you know, it we could always like correct them. You know.
I think I've only mentioned that we're gonna start a business. I don't think I've said what kind of business. Oh yeah, I did to one guy, to that Juniper.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember she said that would be good. You need to talk to Skylar about, because she has like all the trade, but maybe you can have like a kiosk in New Duskar. She was the one who actually said that.
We talked a little about how people might have not really got the gist of what the Burley Brothers courier service was actually going to do. From what we'd heard, most people just assumed that we were going to open up a trader or something. But
Yeah.
to be fair, all that was still on the drawing board, and though we liked the fact that word had gotten out, it was still a work in progress, and it wasn't 100% certain that it was actually going to happen. Regardless, eventually we called it a day and decided to check out the bridge the following day.
Right on.
All right, let's do this.
I love the smell of tits burning in the morning.
Okay.
As dawn came around, we got back on the road heading south. We decided to postpone going to the bridge and instead check out if there was anything left of Jose's stronghold in Cushville. It was a fair bet that the New Duskar boys had cleaned it out after the attack, but it couldn't hurt to check it out for ourselves.
This is a beautiful field.
Oh yeah, it is. Especially at this time of day. Yeah, there's some...
Kind of like the Shire or some shit.
Just because he said that, I had to whistle.
Oh, they're popping caps like crazy. I'm red on food. Do you have anything on you?
Yeah, I hear your stomach. Jesus. Okay, hold on. I have the one thing that I brought, which is actually kind of good, I think. The unknown can.
Oh god.
Jesus, listen to that.
That's not zombie clearing.
Exactly.
That's poor aim is what that is.
Yeah.
You gotta make the airplane sound.
Meow. Open your mouth. Remember when I fed you like this, bro? Back in the day?
Oh my god.
Yeah. You were still in that, you know, baby chair.
Okay, I think we're good.
Okay.
Oh, that'll hold me out for a good long while.
I can take some too.
It's probably the Arbiters, honestly. That kind of firepower.
It could be. Yeah, it could be. Okay, that's two different types of fire.
Oh my fucking god.
Yeah.
We decided to quicken our steps, and soon enough, we were staring down the road at Cushville. Cushville was a graveyard. We could see spent bullet cases and torn down wooden palisades. The walls of the surrounding buildings were riddled with holes from rifle fire, briefly interjected here and there with big splotches of shotgun impacts. Traces were everywhere, silent witnesses testifying to a massive assault just recently. Jose's last stand had seemingly been a localized conflict of intense proportions, but of Jose himself or any one of his cronies there was no sight. Of course, there wouldn't be if New Duskar had taken him into custody and later had him executed. Still, there was an eerie feeling hovering around this place. A lot of dark deeds had taken place in this little town centered on a simple T intersection.
Yeah, ever since we met the Pathfinders, like Cushville was like the center of extortionists in the south part of Deer Isle. Always like people based in Cushville were bad people.
Now, I didn't know about Rory, but it was as if I could feel the ghostly presence of the victims of old wrongdoings saturating the place, like a nexus of bad spiritual karma. Who knew what kind of heinous acts had been performed by Rascal and the Black Company in the past? And was it ludicrous to think that the very place itself had gotten so corrupted that it maybe had gotten to Osei and tainted him and his buddies?
So which building? That one?
Hello. How are you doing?
Oh.
I just got to the island.
Hey man.
Alright.
No worries. What's your
Hello.
name?
My name's Ezra.
Your name's what now?
Ezra?
Ezra?
Ezra.
Yes.
Okay.
Are you fucking kidding me? First I get chills from the ghosts of Cushville, and a second later we meet a guy named Ezra, the name of the old stag himself. This was a bad omen.
Contact
That's your
further
buddy down there.
No, I'm by myself.
Hey, Robin, I'm gonna go check something real quick if you don't mind entertaining our guest here first.
Yeah, sure.
I'll be up.
Oh, fuck, Rory. You really picked a great time to take a dump. Leaving me alone with one stranger and seeing another one coming up from behind him wasn't exactly a great plan when dealing with unknown variables.
This is actually my first time ever playing on the computer on DayZ.
Okay. I gotcha.
Every time, whenever you are role playing and somebody is like very new and just starts talking about like the game and playing, it feels so cringy, you know? I mean, it's not their fault. They're new to role playing. I mean, yeah. It's not their fault. Absolutely not. But it's still cringy.
Yeah, I see you, buddy. I see you.
You guys,
hello.
Willing to make a trade?
What you got?
Hello.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Good. Yourself?
We're doing good.
Not too bad.
What's your name?
Is that that other guy your buddy down there? Thought I saw two guys before.
No, just me alone.
Okay, so Rory did tell me, or Medi played Rory. He did tell me that he usually does that to see if the guy we're talking to is gonna like trip himself up, and actually say that, oh yeah, he's with me, if he has like a companion that's hiding, you know, further away. So even if we don't see anybody, it's a good tactic to actually say that, you know, like, oh, is that your buddy as well? Even if you're not seeing anybody, because there's always a chance they're gonna give themselves up, you know.
Alright. What's your name, buddy?
My name's Davis. Yours?
Davis.
Hello, Davis.
Well, we're the Burley brothers. I'm Robin, and this is Rory. Brother.
I'm Rory. Yeah. Either you guys got any food on you by chance?
Yeah, I got some. I can spray you again.
All right,
Yeah,
thanks.
my bro seems to have like some kind of a ringworm. He gets hungry like every 2 seconds.
Well, thank God Rory wasn't gone for too long. So, Ezra and Davis. Seemingly just your average solo survivors trying to evade creepers and scavenge supplies on their own. They came across as genuine enough. However, we were in the shadow of Cushville, and any one of the guys lurking around here could have been in with Jose. This uncomfortable fact stayed in the back of my mind.
Sir, are you from here? This seems to be a big base.
No, not for me.
Are you also like new to the island?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
Alright.
I'm looking for a man named Hector, if you ever see him.
Hector?
Hector. Does
Yeah.
he run with any groups or crews or anything?
No, he's a drifter.
Oh, okay. Alright.
Alright. No worries. So what are your plans, boys?
Well, I need to get some meds, because my blood's really low. Other than that, don't got one.
Gotcha.
I was looking to join up with somebody, or one of the bigger factions or something, maybe.
Alright.
Well, what's your temperament like?
It's mostly helpful. I like helping people.
Alright.
Well, I
New
think we'd
Duscar,
be
probably.
unanimous in saying, yeah, New Duscar. That's probably where you want to search out.
Okay.
I mean, I guess you could go try to find Salvation as well. They're by, I think it was Bayville.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and there's Jamestown, I suppose.
Yep.
Which one would you say is the best one to try and join?
I'd probably say New Duscar. I mean, that's probably where you'd get the best, like, you know,
Yeah, fair enough.
and help and all that.
Alright, thank you.
No
They're pretty
worries.
good people.
Yeah.
Of course, I do believe Jamestown was actually closer from the ruins of Cushville, but sending more friendly-minded people to New Duscar was in our own interest and could only serve to benefit us, in the way of bolstering their population and strengthening their defenses, which was a good thing for anyone living close by. We would also get more people to trade with, and it was even possible that, if this little tidbit of guidance was remembered in the future, it could serve as a favor to be repaid.
Always self-serving, you know?
A little slice of friendliness could go a long way.
If you're new, just a piece of advice, be careful around groups like the Arbiters, because they're a little bit
unpredictable.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright.
They're just as likely to help you as they are to take everything you got.
Yeah.
Oh, they got a lot of firepower, so yeah, they're not guys you want to get on the bad side of.
Just keep cool, you know, if you meet them.
Are you guys affiliated with any of the groups, or know any of the groups personally, or?
We're just the Burley Brothers.
We're the yeah, most people know the Burley Brothers, but yeah, we don't really roll with any other groups. We keep ourselves, but we visit some of them, and you know, we keep good connections with several.
Actually, the interesting thing here is I'm reminded of what our plan was initially, because we created the Burley Brothers as the remnants of a large family. In my mind, I wanted to eventually, like when we started the Burley Brothers, I wanted to recruit. I wanted to eventually be able to recruit people. And by recruiting them, I don't really know how that would work, because obviously people who we recruit already have their characters, you know, their character origins and what they're all about and all that. But what I wanted to do was, like, when we recruited people into the Burley family, they would somehow magically turn out to be, you know, related to us. So it would always be a family that grew bigger as we added family members. It would be like a legit family. But it would be very strange to actually do that in practice, because obviously, like, they have their own characters already. So it would be weird to first meet them, maybe roll with them for a little bit, get to know them, and then recruit them. Because if they're family members, obviously we should know that from the get-go. So I didn't really have a good way of doing that practically, but it was a good idea, even if it wasn't maybe executable, you know.
Okay.
And we actually we live fairly close to New Duscar, so
Yeah, fine.
if you join them, you'll probably see us.
I like to look over my shoulder and make sure I'm not being
Okay.
watched. Well,
Are there
I'm
any
gonna
other
keep
groups
going.
other than the Arbiters
You
that
guys
are
good luck,
have
man.
a good one.
Alright, take care, Davis.
You too. Be careful out there, man.
Right now, I don't actually know of any. I haven't run into any other groups that are explicitly hostile.
Does the new Deskar, do they accept people regularly, or are they usually pretty stingy with who they accept?
Ezra had told us that he was new to the area, but through his extensive questioning, I could tell that he had learned how to survive since the fall.
I.e., he's an experienced role player, most likely.
Intel was a key commodity in these times, and Ezra was certainly no slouch in acquiring it.
I think they are pretty open with new membership, especially now because they're like building. There's been like a storm fairly recently. So they're probably gonna be like, unless, I mean, as long as you're just, cool and civil, I think they'll like look
Don't
at
go
your
chucking
application.
grenades.
Yeah, exactly. Don't chuck grenades and accidentally kill a bunch of them.
Jose was part of Deskar, and he chucked grenades. He hurt people. They broke his thumbs. And, he tried to kill the leader. It became a whole fucking thing. So I mean, basically, so long as you don't, do anything against the Deskar people.
Jose was the leader here
As
at Cushville.
Oh, gunshots.
Oh shit.
Okay.
That's a turn.
Yeah.
Sorry. They're really busy tonight. Fuck.
Is that the airfield?
Yeah, but you got.
Oh shit.
That was closer.
Yeah, they're coming this way, I think. Can we go to this house? Like, just...
Yeah, let's go.
Hearing gunshots progressively approaching the other side of Cushville, I did not feel comfortable standing in the middle of the road. Knowing of the massive Arbiter presence in Sunset the day before, it wasn't much of a stretch to think that it might be them prowling around for either paid assassination contracts or some poor bastard who had broken their laws. Of course, we didn't know if it was the Arby's, but I mean, if it was and they had legit beef with some rule breaker, it wouldn't do to be mistaken for someone else at a distance and eating a bullet because of it.
Since we're not sure about those gunshots or their intent, I'm going to whisper, so people only in this house will hear us talking.
Okay.
I mean, there's a lot of wavering bushes out there, so I might be seeing things, but thought I saw somebody running up in Cushville. I don't know for sure, though.
Well, Ezra, if you do head up to New Deskar, you'll probably pass our home. We are, as we said, we're the Burley Brothers. We're pretty neutral. I think we're pretty friendly, So if Deskar takes you, man, don't forget us. We live right there. We're neighbors with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys need any 380 or 9x19?
Nah.
Nope.
Okay.
No, we're good.
Thanks, though.
No worries. I also have some nails if you need nails.
Yeah, we always need nails. That's true.
Although
on the floor for you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we should probably do that. I mean, we're good guys. We can't. Yeah. You should probably keep on to the nails because it's currency here.
Currency.
We were thinking about like maybe telling him that, nah, nails. It's okay. You can leave them here with us, And then it's like, your conscience hits you with a bitch slap, and it's like, come on, be serious now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
People gonna, do trading. They're gonna ask for nails.
Okay.
And if you get robbed, they're gonna swipe the nails immediately. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I mean, we probably are brothers because you finished my sentence and I finished yours.
I know.
It's kind of weird, but...
Why do we have to be good guys? God damn, we could have just said nothing and he just gave us his damn
I know. Thanks. I mean, we would accept them, but we want, for your sake, keep them.
Alright. Well, thank you.
Yeah, no worries. I'm gonna kick myself in the morning for not exploiting you, but yeah.
Shall we, Robin?
Yeah, let's do it.
Alright. Have fun. Good luck, guys.
Yeah, you too. Take it easy.
Be careful out there. Use your head. Avoid large groups of people that have strange armbands.
Good luck at Deskar. Or
See ya.
New Deskar.
Thank you.
Okay. Have a good one.
That guy that I gave that ammo to ends up robbing that other dude. I'm gonna feel bad.
I know, yeah.
The ammo that, yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, box nails.
The gunshots were long gone, and as we left Ezra, we made our way back north towards the newly constructed bridge. And finally, we reached it, and it was a beautiful sight to behold. It was a long, wide wooden bridge on supports stretching over to the small island in between Groot's Hill and the west coast of Starter Island. If the maps were anything to go by, there should be a second bridge connecting the two islands on the other side, making a fully formed crossing between the main island and Starter. This was an impressive feat, and I wondered who had done it. Perhaps it was the work of civil-minded survivors who sought to take back the lands and make the crossings much easier. For a brief moment, I wondered if the builders might have been what was left of New Haven.
This was actually very interesting when we realized that there was actually a bridge connecting the mainland on the west side of Starter Island. It changed everything, because otherwise you had to like swim across, or you had to go like the long way around and go down to Ben's Crossing, which had the only real bridge between Starter Island and the mainland, or the main islands. So this was, I can't tell you how much of a game changer this was. This was such a relief, because every now and then we would return. We would be able to return. We could also, like, if we got killed, if we died, and we spawned at Starter Island, we'd have a lot shorter way to go than before. So that was really nice.
Strawman burning cult had replaced them.
Oh my god, somebody made a really sturdy bridge here.
I don't know. That's a whole lot of effort I wouldn't put into it, but I guess it beats swimming.
As we crossed over to Starter, we didn't notice any orange armbands or any other signs of potential bandit activity. I guess wherever the collectors were based, if they were even still around, must be on some other bridge. Either that, or somebody had mopped them up, because what we had here was smooth sailing all across the bay.
Well, here's the next section. They were really thorough.
Oh, certainly convenient.
Yeah. No more getting
There's so many islands,
wet.
like why wouldn't there be, bridges?
Yeah, I know.
Done this before the world ended.
Starter. I never thought I would be back on Starter Island. Rory had suggested we check out our old stomping grounds, but as he'd brought it up, I hesitated. Truth be told, I didn't really want to put even a single foot back on our home soil again. We'd experienced so much here. A missing family, a strange doctor, religious cloning centers, signs of creepy cults, emptied out settlements who might have vanished because of the creepy cult.
Fair point.
Of course, our recent nightmarish tragedy. I was loath to approach the homestead again. Though I was running, every step in its direction was like running on a treadmill. I forced myself forward, but all my feet wanted to do was to go back. And so, we'd finally made it back to our old homestead grounds. Before we'd left Starter for good, I'd left a small stash in Dex's house just in case we would ever find our way back here again. And it was time to check in on it.
Open Dex's old house. Oh, right.
Oh, God. Jesus.
If you didn't see it, he was trying to go through where the empty frames were when he opened up the door.
And so, we'd finally made it back to our old homestead grounds. Before we'd left Starter for good, I'd left a small stash in Dex's house just in case we would ever find our way back here again. And it
Look
was
at this.
time to check in on it.
So we open the door, and then he tries to go in where you can't. There.
Oh, right.
Oh, God. Jesus. Alright, let's try to refresh the timers here a little. I put the barrels there, and then I put the shelf there.
I'm gonna take that dog food can if you don't mind.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the
Right now, in the stash right now, there wasn't really that much. There was like the odd ends and like the odd trinkets, like a massive police riot shield that I saved for some reason. But it was good. It felt good to have like a small stash here to just, if we found stuff, we could always, like in this region, we could always put it here, you know.
God, I can't find the words today. The Dutch oven.
That seems to happen a lot with me for some reason.
Here, let me see that again. I'll take that actually because I got a magazine.
Oh, great. So you see, this is what we have the stash for. This is like what why it's good to have like a home away from home a little bit, you know. All right, let's go and check out your old house. Good one, bro. Good one.
Contact.
Yeah, I see it. I see it. I see it.
Hello there.
Hello.
Hey, what's your name?
My name is Angel.
Well, nice to meet you. I'm Robin Burley. That's Rory. We're the Burley brothers. Where are you headed?
I actually don't know just yet.
Okay. Well, if you follow this road, you will actually be able to reach a bridge that goes off to the main island. Oh, wait. Do you have a weapon?
I've got my knife and my bat, and I've got a pistol.
Alright, you can take this as well. I don't have any use for it.
Wait, what was that?
My bat, and I've got a pistol.
M19. Okay.
Alright, you can take this as well. I don't have any use for it.
Thank you so much. Well, you guys seem like great people. Thank you for the...
No worries. No worries.
It was nice seeing you guys.
Yeah, you too. You too. Take care. Be careful.
I will.
So he's going the wrong way. We just said that he should follow the road west, and he starts going back east. It's like, okay.
Yeah. Oh, bye.
What once had been Rory's personal digs had now been fortified by someone else. Funny thing was, the door was left unlocked, so we just walked right on in.
Oh, not even locked.
Also, I think this was created by someone who doesn't know or who didn't know that the server actually made use of the even more doors mod, so that you can actually build doors into the doors, into the vanilla door. You know what I mean?
Nope.
So this was a bit excessive or unnecessary.
Yeah,
Redundant.
it doesn't look like it's been like fully prepared or anything.
Man, I really love running around with my gun in my hands on survivalists for some reason. Strange. It should be more of a habit on Doug, to be fair, because Doug is, you can be shot on sight there. So it should be, maybe that should be a habit there. But on the other hand, if you're walking around with your gun out, it could be interpreted as an invitation to actually attack. So maybe not.
Like whoever was doing it just fucking gave up.
Yeah. Seeing his old home being fortified by someone else amused Rory to some degree. But when it was time to pay our respects, it got to be too much for him, and he avoided it by saying that it was more important to resupply for the journey back, right before he disappeared in the direction of Oceanville. I was a little surprised, but not that much. To tell the truth, I think he was still broken inside because of what he had done. He'd channeled his grief into anger and dealt with it in his own way.
Okay, I just want to say here I'm actually gonna lay this commentary on you guys. This is actually footage that is taken from my own offline server because I wanted to replicate as many possible items of furniture that were in this house before we relocated. So all the lockers you see here, I spawned in and put down just to replicate what it looked like when we left. As many as possible. There were more things that I didn't really have access to or that I couldn't really remember. But a lot of these lockers, I made it a thing to just put them out there so it would look like it had been our home back when we relocated. It was still as we left it, you know? So yeah, all of these lockers and the workshop and all that. I just wanted to have like a sense of coming back home. So yeah.
Well, welcome home, old boy. There were signs of recent squatting in the old house. I saw items on the floor that I didn't recognize, and I also noticed that the poles from my past fortification efforts had vanished, probably taken as construction material to be used elsewhere. Most likely they were now part of the palisades in front of Rory's building.
Time to pay the respects to Dex.
Well, hello there, you little runt. Dex's grave was just like we had left it, grass and plant life having crept over the dirt mound to cover any sign of the burial. It was hard being back here, and the grave was the source of it all, giving that much stronger a voice to my own sense of self-recrimination. Could we have done more? Had Dex truly been lost to us?
Yeah, obviously this was shot on my offline server. When I had that one back in the day up and running, just because I wanted to give it more of a cinematic feel, you know. Unfortunately, you can't do that in the game, but you have to have administrator privileges, and you have to have certain mods to make it so that you can have your camera, like a free cam, free cam, I think it's called, so you can like zoom in and go around and all that. And also, I made it so with the admin tools, I made it a thing. I wanted the sun to be like right behind my head, right here. So I would have like the god rays come on, like surround Robin's head. So you would really get this cool little cinematic shot. I was kind of proud of this when I was done doing this.
As I stood there, watching the silent cross testifying as to the final resting place of our cousin.
This was also I made it because I had the admin tools. I also remember sitting here trying to get the time of day exactly right so that I would have the sun in the perfect position. I was like timing it. The sun would show up there, you know.
I felt something inside me stir. A nugget of discomfort that I'd managed to suppress for a time, not wanting to deal with it. But it was a fact that Rory had acted prematurely, however rationally. We hadn't had the slightest clue of what had become of Dex in that state, and even the fact that he had retained the ability to speak was something that I couldn't let go of. Had he still been Dex? We'd both been shocked, for sure, but Had he been trying to reach out to us in his time of need? He'd made his way back after all, lying on our doorstep, begging us for help. And Rory had... In the end, I couldn't know if the process had been reversible or not. I only knew that this gnawing sense of accusation in the back of my head was relentlessly pushing me to confront my brother. I wanted to shout, scream, punch his fucking lights out for killing what I couldn't stop seeing as our baby cousin.
Yeah, you can actually hear when I'm saying shout, scream, punch his fucking lights out. You can hear. I remember having a bit of a issue with the audio there, so you can hear that it's cut together a bit awkwardly. It's almost as if scream and punch his fucking lights out is like smushed together.
To confront my brother, I wanted to shout, scream, punch his fucking lights out for killing what I...
Yeah, punch his fucking lights out for killing. It's like very smushed together. But, you know, if you don't know about it, you won't notice it. But, yeah, this is roleplay review, and I do commentary, you know, behind the scenes commentary, so that's another thing, I guess.
Couldn't stop seeing as our baby cousin. But, like a good and responsible head of the family, I pushed it down. Push it all down. Rory was blood, and he had done what he had thought was best. Still, I raged at it.
Yeah, this was to denote that Robin Burley coming back here to the old homestead and seeing the grave. I made this specifically to try and show the audience that Robin was starting to process his own feelings of blaming Rory for killing Dex. Like, he's never really, he says it like, yeah, I pushed it down like a good soldier. I was like, I couldn't, you know, what was I going to do? Kill Rory in anger? But still, the fact that these are feelings that he hasn't processed. And he's starting, this is sort of to signify that his emotional stability is starting to unravel because he is blaming Rory. Like, subconsciously, he absolutely is blaming Rory. But he doesn't want to admit that. You know, he wants to, it's like a conflict within him. He has to be like, you know, the mature head of the family, take care of Rory. But then there's this other part that's just like, wants to confront Rory and, yeah, punch his fucking lights out, you know.
And here, in front of his grave, it was as if Dax himself reminded me of it. Well, sleep tight, you little bastard. I had a lot of questions on my mind, and they weren't going away. I needed answers to the mutational process. The thing kept bugging me over and over. More than that, though, I realized that I hadn't processed any of the trauma that we'd gone through these past months.
Exactly.
I didn't know how Rory dealt with it, but I was not prone to let things out. And when you bottle stuff up inside, they tend to fester.
And that is where we leave this episode. I loved that. That was such a cool shot. And it was also kind of like it ended on a very ominous note. Like, you know, when you don't process emotions, they tend to fester. Just leaving it on that. You don't have to say anything else. The audience kind of understands, okay, there's some shit being built up here. There's something, it's going to lead to something. And just that shot of me walking away, or Robin, that was, if you just see it without knowing, or without even thinking about it, you won't notice it. But that shot is actually the camera moving away backwards whilst the character is standing in the same spot, walking. For some reason, you can't like move around when you're moving the camera, and I think it was Zomberry admin tools. And then I think sometimes you could. I think I hit some kind of button combination where I actually unlocked the character so that the character could walk, and then it was back to not being able to do that, and I never realized, or I never learned how to do that again. So it was a little bit odd, but yeah, that's why I wanted to have the camera as low as possible so you don't see that the guy is not moving an inch. He's just walking in place. And that's why I wanted to have the camera so low and moving backwards. So it looks like it gives the illusion that the guy's walking and actually moving away from the camera. So it gives the illusion that he is walking away. Let's look at that again.
But I was not prone to let things out.
And think about that
You
now.
bottle stuff up inside. They tend to fester.
Now you can see, you can pretty much see that he's just standing still. But I remember it like I was so banking on the illusion, and when you look at it, I mean, it looks good. You don't really notice it unless you know exactly what to look for. It kind of it's also because it's such a short shot, and then just the fade to black while the camera is like moving backwards and getting covered with all the strands of grass. I just loved how that shot turned out.
And when you bottle stuff up inside, they tend to fester.
And then here comes the grass, like, there you go, there you go. It just covers everything. I love that. That was so cool. And that was episode 24, ladies and gentlemen. In 2021, we did this roleplay thing. There we go. That is it for tonight, I guess. Next time, the next episode on roleplay review is going to be episode 25, Double Trouble. That episode is a big one. That is an important one. It's on par with episode 12, the Westbrook incident, because of what happens in the roleplay department and the suspense and actually kind of action-filled things. I don't know, like I always do, I usually do roleplay review whenever a stream gets too short, you know what I mean? If I play a game and then the game ends prematurely, I tend to do roleplay review. I will say this though. Next time we do roleplay review, I'm going to give it a shout out on my Discord. If you want to, you can check out my Discord, which is reachable through this link. That is where you'll always get the latest news and updates regarding the channel, because it is in fact the official Discord of this streaming channel, i.e. my streaming channel. And yeah, the next episode is very, very big. At least the second half of that episode. The first half is pretty much, you know, we go back home, we meet new people, we talk to new people, but then some shit goes down, and yeah, it ends like really suspenseful, on a really suspenseful high note. it's the episode where Robin basically conquers his fears. I am really proud of that episode. But we'll see when we get to that one. That is it for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Tomorrow we are going to go back to Tales of Monkey Island and continue with the final chapter, which is Rise of the Pirate God. LeChuck has once again shown his true colors, so I'm guessing we're going for the final fight. And that is going to be what we spend the rest of the week doing. If that is over too quickly, we'll stream something else, we'll see. And then next week, we go back to playing Blue Dragon on console, because next week is the last console week before summer. That's pretty much it. Thank you guys. Hope you have a good Tuesday. I'll see you again tomorrow, hopefully. Until then, remember to stay safe, mind social distance, and always keep the retro legacy alive. This is EagleBite83 wishing you the best. Take care, good night, and goodbye.